tonight we've got Kim from vrouwopreis.nl. She's going to be telling us about her experiences of traveling alone as a single woman through the world and how you can travel on a very low budget. Kim, welcome to Sodom Local.
Thank you very much.
First question, you started your website vrouwopreis.nl in 2013. What made you start the blog? And in the blog itself, there was mention that your first experience of traveling was to Pittsburgh in 2011.
Yeah, true. The first time I went traveling or actually put myself out there in the world was in 2011 when I did my internship in the United States. I travel mostly to put myself outside of my comfort zone. And back then, my English was really bad. Like, I was really afraid of speaking English. Okay. So I was like, okay, I will do my internship in an English-speaking country to learn English. So that's how it started. And I put myself out there and I realized that my English is actually not so bad. It's more that I compared myself to other Dutch people and they're just really good in English. So I really learned from that experience and I really loved the experience as well, so I decided to go a step further every time. So the next year I went to Bangladesh for a school project. Then I also started my website to share my experiences about it. And after that I went on different trips, travels, backpacking through Southeast Asia. I did my master's studies in Sweden.
Okay.
And after that I decided to hitchhike to the Middle East.
Okay, let me stop you right there. You're a single woman. You're 25 years old now.
Yeah.
And you hitchhiked from the Netherlands to Iran.
Yes.
You know that there's a war going on there, right?
There is no war going on in Iran.
No?
There is not.
All right. There are a lot of grumpy people there, though.
The people are really sweet there.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. You traveled on €5 a day? How?
Well, if you are going traveling, you either work very hard, you save a lot of money, and you spend it all in a few weeks on hotels and restaurants and everything. Or you can just spend very little, be very creative, and make your money last as long as possible. I like the latter one the best because then traveling is more like a way of living your life, more like a lifestyle at the moment. So yeah, I spend around €5 a day, sometimes less, sometimes nothing, sometimes more. Mostly by hitchhiking, because then you don't spend any money on transport and it's a much more fun way, much more adventurous.
You traveled through 16 countries in 8 months?
Yeah, I think so.
Condense those 8 months into about 8 seconds.
8 seconds.
No, but just give us the highlights.
I left in September 2015, beginning of September. And I went through Europe, through Eastern Europe, to Greece, to Turkey, and then up to Georgia, Armenia, into Iran. And then I went further to Central Asia.
Okay. When you got to Iran, what was your biggest culture shock, maybe, or?
It was really annoying that we had to wear the hijab all the time. I was there. I met a lot of people on the road, and when I entered Iran, I was traveling together with a German girl I met on the way. By that time, our clothes were kind of broken and there were holes because we had been traveling for months. So we came into the country and people pointed out to us that we couldn't wear a legging with a hole in it. So we had to get that fixed. But they were in general, they were really kind people. They were really super hospitable. I think also a big shock was like everywhere we went in Iran, we were immediately being invited to everyone's homes to have a big meal with the whole family, to meet the whole family.
Like a woman traveling alone in Iran, was that any kind of issue or anything like that? Or
well, we were weren't alone because we were with two, but people kept telling us we were alone.
Yeah,
Because we were not with a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it wasn't really an issue. It was, of course, a lot of people were shocked because they were not used to that. But yeah, it was fine.
Okay. Would you do that trip again? Or
yeah, probably to another country, but yeah.
Okay. So you already touched on it, that people were very hospitable and very nice. And especially in today's world where, there's so much war going on. And do you think people are still very good-natured at heart? Or do you think... what's your opinion? Do you think there are more good people in the world than there are bad people?
I think no one is either good or bad. It's everyone. Yeah, I think people are mostly good and kind, and some situations bring out some kind of worse, bad characteristics of people, and you need to know how to deal with that. But yeah, people are mostly good.
Okay. On your blog as well, you're trying to develop a so-called pirate economy where people trade goods for, services, skills and stories. Can you just explain a little bit more about that?
That's not something for my blog, but it's the project I'm working now. I'm now back in the Netherlands since 2 months or so. And I'm working on a project called The Adventures of the Valparaiso.
Okay.
And it's a ship in Amsterdam North, and we're working on promoting and developing our pirate economy with exchanging goods, services, and stories for one another. Okay.
Are you working alone on this project, or?
No, I just came at the project a few weeks ago, but it is already going on for 3 years with the current ship, and we're now looking for a bigger ship where we can actually sail the world with.
Oh, okay, that's cool. People who want to travel on a low budget, what kind of tips do you have for them? Where should they start, or how should they kind of plan their low budget trip?
Well, I didn't plan anything.
Okay.
I just packed my backpack, made sure I had a tent. So a tent is really convenient, or a hammock to when you end up somewhere that you have a place to sleep, you can just pitch your tent somewhere. But yeah, you go to the nearest gas station, you put out your thumb or you make a sign and you start hitchhiking.
Are you not scared to hitchhike?
Yeah, of course, I'm scared sometimes, but that's all part of the adventure. It's all part of the trip. I really enjoy it. The most thing I enjoy about hitchhiking is that you never know where you're going to end up.
Like a ditch.
You don't know if you will reach your destination for the day. You don't know if you will get a ride. You don't know where you sleep that night.
Yeah.
You don't know if you will get what you will get to eat or anything. It's all open and it all develops during the day. And sometimes you're waiting 2 hours in the rain.
Yeah.
Or 3 or 4. And sometimes you get a ride in 1 minute and people take you to their house. And yeah, the best thing is not to expect anything at all and see how it will turn out. You
had a workshop recently, how to live like you're traveling and how to travel on a low budget.
Yeah, I'm organizing events now in Amsterdam for travelers and adventurers. Some kind of gatherings where we can come together and discuss and tell stories. I call it City Campfire, and we're meeting every 2 weeks. You can find it on Meetup on City Campfire. And also with Valparaiso, the boat, we're organizing different events. We have on Friday bi-weekly, we have networking events or events where people can get to know our project and can get involved if they want. And bi-weekly on Wednesday, we have the Geek Pirates meeting for people who want to work on sustainable solutions on the ship.
You mentioned your workshops that you have. If people want any details, they can go to meetup.com/city campfire. Can you just give us a bit of a rundown of the workshop?
Yeah, we're having workshops, or I'm organizing workshops on Thursdays. It's for the travelers and adventurers of Amsterdam, and also the travelers that are passing by, kind of to keep the adventure spirit going when you're living in the city. Because when you're a traveler and you're situated in the city for a while, it's hard to keep that lifestyle going.
What kind of do you get interesting questions? Do you get any questions from the travelers? Do you just exchange ideas, or is it more you explaining how you've traveled by yourself or traveled on €5?
I'm more introducing the topic. And then people can, I share my story to have the ground, how do you call it?
Foundation?
Yeah, it offers the opportunity for people also to share their stories, to open up about it and to discuss the topic more in depth. It's not like about how many countries you traveled or how little you spent or whatever. It's more about how did you experience the culture differences, and how was it to be away from all your friends and family, and how is it to be back now if you're Dutch or if you're not Dutch? It's different.
Now I'm going to ask you a different one, or a difficult one, let's say. Do you have a favorite place?
I would really recommend Iran.
Okay.
Especially because when I wanted to go there, everyone was like, "Oh, there's a war and stuff." Like there is no war in Iran. It's like in the tiny part in Iraq and Syria. And Iraq is a different country than Iran. It's completely
not
different.
According to George Bush, but carry on.
It's completely different. There's no war in Iran. It's completely safe. They opened up the visa on arrival recently as well. There are really cheap tickets to go there. You can watch Onze Man in Tehran, Our Man in Tehran.
Okay.
Which is a Dutch guy who lives there, who reports as well on the internet about his life. Yeah, it's really a beautiful country. What comes in your mind when you hear Iran?
I don't know. Have you seen the movie Not Without My Daughter?
No.
It's a really old movie, probably. I'm giving away my age now. No, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to expect, but I from the outside, I see it as quite a closed society, not very liberal or democratic. Judging from the protests that they had there, a couple of years back, dictatorship type of...
It is all that. It is definitely a closed country. It's definitely that you have the women are all covered. But it's kind of a two ways. Like from the outside, it all looks like that. But as soon as you come in people's homes, the hijabs are going off. Alcohol is being served. Okay. Don't ask me how they get it.
You've convinced me already.
There are parties going on. There is a whole underground scene.
So thank you very much for your time. It was great to see you. Check out Kim's website, vrouwopreis.nl. Kim, we wish you all the luck for your pirate trading and your future project, and obviously your trip to Las Palmas.
Okay.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks.